Mr. Poestyle videos. Yes, Mr. Poestyle videos. Okay. Now what does Elmo know? He's a little freak. Mr. Poestyle is trash. You hear me? Trash, and I know about trash.
Announcing the new age of Atari. 3 to 7. Atari and Children's Computer Workshop, founded by the people who brought you Sesame Street, developed these new games for Atari's most affordable video game system, the 2600. They turned the 2600 into a center for learning important preschool skills. But don't tell your kids that. Just tell them about
Cookie Monster.
the Atari Sesame Street Library, a revolution in child's play.
How's it going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video, and today we're going to talk about the Sesame Street games that came out for the Atari 2600 in 1983. There are 4 games. Those games are Big Bird's Egg Catch, Oscar's Trash Race, Cookie Monster Munch, and Alpha Beam with Ernie. Now these came out, like I said, in 1983, and they used a unique controller, the kids controller, the CX23. So let me pull that out here. I'm sorry, this is actually the second time I've shot this. The last time the audio was terrible. Hopefully it's okay this time, or I'll probably lose it. Here is the kids controller, the CX23, big and blue. So you can spool the wire around it on the back. And it's just your push pad, like, you know, beep, pop, boop, pop, beep. Hello, can I get a pizza? No, you can't get a pizza. But I found this at the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo back in the beginning of October. A guy actually had it in a bin under his table, and I saw it sitting there. And I saw a boxed copy of Oscar's Trash Race right there with it. And I'm like, well, it's not necessarily something I was looking for my collection, but it was there, and they had a boxed game. So I said, why not go ahead and get this thing. Now, it actually, when I saw the kids controller there, it had the Alpha Beam overlay, but no game. Just the Alpha Beam with Ernie overlay on the thing. It was just sitting in there like this. And like I said, I saw the Oscar game. It's complete. The Oscar game had the cartridge and the overlay and the instruction manual in it. So I thought that was really neat. And later on, probably a half hour or so later, as I'm walking through and looking at all the other games and buying stuff for Nintendo and Famicom and all of that, I saw another vendor at the end, and he actually had the Cookie Monster game sitting there. No overlay or anything for it, but he had the Cookie Monster game. So I bought that from him for a few bucks. And so now I had the Oscar game with everything with it, and I had the Cookie Monster game with no overlay, but I had an Ernie overlay and no Ernie game. So of course then eBay becomes your friend at that point. Went and bought the Ernie game, so now I have it. And I found on eBay somebody just selling the overlay for Cookie Monster, so I got it. And then finally, eBay again, Big Bird's Egg Catch, I got the game with the overlay and the instruction manual for it. So really neat. At the time these came out, I was already 9, almost 10, 83, I turned 10. So Sesame Street wasn't really on my radar. We were playing other cooler big kid games at the time, but Sesame Street was a huge part of our lives growing up. You know, in this area, we didn't have cable at the time. We're about 30, 40 miles out of Pittsburgh. We didn't even have an antenna on the roof. We just had rabbit ears. So we had CBS, ABC, NBC, and PBS, channel 13, WQED Pittsburgh, is what we had. So when you watch television, a lot of times you watched PBS because you had Sesame Street on. You had Mr. Rogers, which was filmed right here in Pittsburgh, you know. Things like Zoom and the Electric Company and stuff like that were popular with us. And even when we got a little older, too old for that maybe, when you were homesick from school, you didn't have much of a choice. Unless you wanted to watch soap operas with your mom or play your video games, which a lot of times when you were homesick, my parents would be like, oh, no video games, you're home from school, you know, but you would turn on PBS because there was something on there at least. So sometimes, you know, even though you were 10, 11, or 12, there was Sesame Street, it was familiar, and you watched it. Unless Family Feud or Price is Right was on. I loved watching those. And later on, we got a few more channels we were able to get in over the rabbit ears, and that was cool because then in the afternoons we could watch reruns of the old 60s Spider-Man on there, and later on they had He-Man and stuff on there, G.I. Joe in the evenings. Really cool stuff. WWF wrestling on the weekends. But anyway, getting far away with that. This controller, the CX23, like I said, is just a push button controller. You put your overlay on it, like Ernie's here, and those are the buttons you're going to use for it. And each one has their own, of course. Oscar's Trash Race, Cookie Monster Munch. Only 5 buttons that you're going to use on there. Big Birds is only 2 buttons. But that game can get fun. You'll see. You'll see. And, so really neat idea. But unfortunately, it came about, 83. That's right around the time of the North American game crash, So, you got 4 games that came out for the thing. Oscar, Cookie Monster, Big Bird, and Ernie. And they planned 2 other games, and one of them made it to prototype, and that was Grover, Grover's Music Maker. But I read somewhere that it didn't really take off. They had kids testing it, and it didn't work out so well. So whether it was that or the crash, they didn't actually come out with it. But you can download the prototype ROM for that. There's also, they were planning a Count's Castle with the Count, and that one, as far as I know, never even came to prototype. So. And there were people in Reddit I saw when I was looking up some history on this stuff. Someone did make a cartridge, put the ROM on a cartridge for Grover at the time. Now, I don't remember that post, or the internet post that I found. It was like 2006 or something. So how many the guy made, what he did, or if they were made to order, I have no idea. Really don't have a desire to get that. I had the ROM. I downloaded it to play on my Retron 77 on the SD card for this video. Unfortunately, I didn't look ahead. I didn't read enough. The kid's controller is not compatible with the Retron 77. So I had to play on original hardware. I had my choice of my 2600 or 7800. Gameplay here will be on my 7800 just because it's out closer. So the kid's controller will work on that. Now this kid's controller, even if you don't have it, but you have an Atari Basic keyboard controller like this will work. Only obviously you're not going to fit the huge old overlays on top of this. But it'll work. You still got all your buttons right here. So you can use this. And I have this. This came in a collection, I think, from a friend. Gave me a bunch of stuff. And I got 2 of them. But when I was looking for it, I couldn't find the other one. They used to slide together. And you could do your Atari Basic programming with this thing. Another controller that I have that I couldn't find when I was digging around for it last night in preparation for this is the Star Raiders controller, the video touchpad, the CX21. I don't have it, but it can be used for these games. They're interchangeable. You just won't have the overlay, obviously, unless you make something of your own. And, I don't know if I mentioned, this is the CX50 here. But this is pretty neat. I saw it there, and I said, well, yeah, I want to give that a try. I want to add it to our collection. So that's what we got with it. These are our overlays for the thing. And the cartridges here, as you can see, they're only one in decent shape. And the rest of them have what they call Activision plaque, is what I've mostly heard it known as. And that's just because the adhesive that they use for these labels, something happens over time and it turns the labels black. And you mostly see this with the Activision games, but here they are. You can see it's happening here on the Children's Computer Workshop games as well. That Alpha Beam looks the best out of all the ones I have. The other ones, even the boxed Oscar, got a little crunchy. But yeah, Sesame Street was huge when we were growing up. Back then, your characters, the biggest characters really were like Cookie Monster and Grover. Kermit, of course, because he kind of bridged the gap between the Muppet Show and Sesame Street. It was between the both of them, so Kermit was awesome also. But I thought it was a really neat controller. I'm glad to add it to my collection. And now we do have 2 instruction manuals, like I said. We'll take a look at those real quick, and then we'll get into some gameplay and our wrap-up, as always. With Big Bird's Egg Catch, of course, you have your manual here, and it tells you your point system. Golden eggs are 5 extra points. Invisible eggs, I never saw one. Game length indicator, etc., etc. And then they have little things inside, not just the instructions on how to play, but luckily nobody's went through this with a pen and played it, but you can color and draw, and you can show where the egg's supposed to go. There's little kid activities in here. So they made it like a real Sesame Street type book. Can you find what's wrong with the picture? Which one isn't the same? That kind of thing. And then, of course, all of your instructions on how to play the game. Really neat instruction manual. A little beat up, but and then there's whole stories in these as well. You know, Big Bird, Farmer Big Bird's Egg Catch. The sun rose on Big Bird's farm. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Big Bird had to go and get all the eggs. You know, that kind of thing. And then the Oscars one's a lot of the same. You have activities in the back. You know, fun with Oscar. Oscar and the Little Grouches are getting ready to eat a yucky picnic lunch. What do you think they will eat? Draw the lunch. Color the picture. I think they're probably going to eat tube steak with meatballs. What do you think? And you can draw in the book. Like nobody did on this one. That's good. And then you have your point system or what everything is in the game that's in here. I'm going backwards from the back of the book to the front, but it'll tell you what your buttons do, how to jump and stuff like that. You know, and this guy won a sardine sundae. That seemed like a regular thing with Oscar. Sounds delicious, sardine sundae. But they have a whole story in here how the little Grouches came and decided to have a race in the junkyard, and Oscar, I guess, was the referee or whatever. So really neat that they included a whole story. It even has like kids writing books like crayon, you know, for the table of contents and everything. Really neat for little kids. And then they show, Oscar is showing you how to put your overlay into the controller. Big Bird, you know, he's the same thing. There he is. See, they're both showing you. That's how you do it, buddy. Put that in there. So really neat. Like I said, I was already past this older than this at the time. But when I saw that kid's controller sitting there in that bin, and then I saw the Oscar next to it, and they weren't very expensive at all. I'm like, why not add it to the collection? I love Atari. Let's do it, and let's bring these bad boys home. And then, of course, you know, like I said, I mix and match. I had the overlay for Ernie and not the game, so I bought the game. I had the game for Cookie Monster, but not the overlay, so I bought the overlay. So that's a complete little set there. One actually boxed game, another with the instruction manual, but I got the overlays and the games for all of them. That's good enough for me. C is for Cookie, that's good enough for me. So, without further ado, I'll try to put this stuff away here as I go so that I don't have a big cleanup at the end. Let's go to the gameplay of these 4 games and see what they're like. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I don't have a Harmony cart, so I couldn't play the Grover game on original hardware, and the controller doesn't work for the Retron 77, so I didn't get to play Grover for you, but take a look at the rest.
Business continues to grow as the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas indicates. We reported yesterday on a new video cassette system introduced at the show and said to provide superior stereophonic sound. Also at the show has been the world's smallest TV set, about the size of a pack of cigarettes. Mitch Fox reports from Las Vegas on what the manufacturers and distributors at the show feel about the prospects for their products and their companies.
As a small light plane greeted conventioneers and a high school band struck up a welcoming song, the 1983 Consumer Electronics Show opened up with a bang yesterday in Las Vegas. More than 70,000 delegates are expected to cram their way into the convention center. This is the largest trade show in the United States, and industry representatives can see everything from the latest video games to innovative home computers to the newest in VCR equipment. In a world racked with recession and unemployment, the consumer electronics industry rakes in $20 billion annually. RCA Vice President Bill Boss explains why.
It really relates back that we're benefiting from the economic downturn, benefiting from the standpoint that with the origination of the energy crunch, people were staying home more, they're watching their television sets more, they're seeking entertainment in the home, and as a result, while the automotive industry had a downfall for a while, and as did housing, and they're fortunately coming back, our products on a continuing basis have had great success, and we have really had prosperity in the midst of the recession that you refer to.
Apparently the real hit of the industry has been the home computer business. For around $200, the consumer can learn a language, figure out income tax, or teach the kids about U.S. geography. Of course, video games are still enormously popular. Coleco is spotlighting a video race car that has the approval of top race car enthusiasts. Atari is showcasing the first 2 video games for 3 to 11-year-olds. With hand controls that any toddler can master, kids can see the Cookie Monster devour what else but a cookie, and see Grover tap out Old MacDonald. While the recession may be impacting retail profits in other industries, it's clear by the size of this convention and by the number of products coming out in 1983 that for the most part, the consumer electronics industry is flourishing. In Las Vegas, I'm Mitch Fox for the Nightly Business Report.
Oscar's Trash Race, 1983. Children's Television Workshop. I have another light on in the other room, just so I can kind of see my overlay here, so hopefully it's not too distracting. Until you go into the game, you hit reset. I'll hit. From here I gotta choose which game I want. Probably hitting the wrong button that I don't care. But we'll just go for game 5, single player. More stuff on the board. Hit reset again after you choose that. And here comes the truck. Now I have to count that, so that's 9, so I want to press the trash can in the middle. And then you want to get down there as quick as you can. See, I hit the jump button there, but didn't seem to work out too well for me. There we go. That worm is your timer, so you want to get back before the worm gets across the screen. The finish line. We did it. Two. That's the fellow in the center. Let's just move off to the side and cut to the chase. Get your little grouch ass back up to the top. Eight. Press the 8. Taking a risk there. Trying to jump the puddle. Get back, get back, get back. Hurry before that worm gets across there. Ah. Ah, whoa. Grouch, grouch, grouch. Oh, I lost a lot of time on that. Doing the boot scoot. Three. As long as you can count, you will be okay. I don't know about this one. Oh, that counted as touching it? Damn little pixel. I don't know. I hit the jump on that one, it just didn't care. I'm never going to make the next one. mind so. Number 5. Number 5. Look at number 4. I couldn't even count. Well, time's gonna run out here. Whoa. Here comes Oscar. He's telling me what I got. Oh, because I couldn't count it. So there you have it. And then the others are just variations where you can have a 2-player. Take turns there, pass the pad around there, but that's the kids' controller and Oscar's Trash Race. Now, I did read up on that one. I have the instruction manual for that one. I don't have an instruction manual for Cookie Monster or Ernie. I have one for Big Bird, but I didn't read Big Bird's either. So we're just going to go in this together. So let's go on to the next one. Okay, we've got Big Bird's Egg Catch. Big Bird's Catch. You got the overlay on, but you can't see it in the dark, obviously. Let's power it on. Now this one you just go left or right. So I'm guessing you just catch the eggs. So 1983 Atari reset here. Haha. There's only 2 buttons to use here, so see if old Poe can't mess it up. At the price of eggs these days, you know what I mean? I'll be letting them drop. Big Bird, your feathers on the top of your head look like you're growing leaves out of it. Mr. Looper! Mr. Looper! It's Hoopa, Big Bird! Hoopa! Oh, I'm not going to miss it all. I am the best player ever. Ha! You thought I wasn't going to go over there, right? Up the challenge. Wonder how fast this baby gets. Did it, did it, did it, did it, did it. I'll have to go through the modes, see how crazy this gets. Okay, okay. Speeding it up. Way better than Space Invaders. Catch it! Can't fool me. Is that all you got, ladies? Come on. Send the eggs. Send the eggs. Yeah. Come on, kick it up a notch. The birds are dead. Okay, well, yes, that's it. That's a game. All right, let's see what we can do. See if we can find a higher level to go. Hit the reset. see a higher difficulty, actually. Get it? Okay, here we go. Here we go. There we go. 4. Now, I can see that getting more complicated, like a tapper type deal. You think one's going to come and not the other. Whoa! Shazba. Oh, 6. We're going to try 6. So I love 7. It's my favorite real number. And I don't even know what that little mark is down next to it. It's like a skeleton or something. It's like a tree. Let's try it. Let's try it. Which one's it come out of? Here we go. This is a challenge. Come on, ladies. This is where it's at. Nice. I got the pea colored egg. Poopy. Got a poopy on it. What, they want some scrambled? Is that what that is? What is that? That egg's laying down? They want it broken or something? I gotta see. Oh. That's my lives. That's my lives. Alright, 15. Should have been 16, but at least we know what the flattened eggies are down there. Uh-oh. They're not messing around now. Big Bird is a cannibal. He wants to eat your babies. No! Oh, you son of a gun. I had that. Try this one out, Mike. Gaming Road Warrior, but you can't do a documentary on this one. Get me some eggs. Got me some worldwide bread. I got breakfast is ready. French toast style. Biscuits and a sausage gravy. Like off-grid arcade. Yeah. I am the greatest egg catcher ever. Exactly. Excellent. Extra life. Egg. So anyway, this is part of my 10-week tournament, Big Bird. We'll announce it every Sunday night on Deep Workers Arcade Room who's winning. Oh, darn it. This could go on forever. So yeah, I'm just dropping these ones on purpose now. I still got 2 other games to get to, fellas and ladies. Can't be catching eggs all night. I'm going to tell you, though, this is nice. I used to play a game that only has 2 buttons that isn't complicated in this day and age. I love playing my PS4 and my PS5, and I got the new VCS. I'll be hooking that up here one of these days. That's should be the next video of me opening it up, even though about 9 billion people already unboxed it. It'll be my unboxing, so yeah, just gaming all together, VR, Fairchild, Atari, television, ColecoVision. There's so much goodness to be had from all of it. So many fun times, especially on a rainy, crappy day. Look at that. I don't know how long I'm going to let this one play out because, well, it's a lot of fun. Just very simple fun. But even more fun playing with your friend, your sibling. I was going to try to get to 100 before I quit. Cookie Monster and the Ernie game, I haven't looked up anything on them, and I don't have the instruction manuals to either of them, so we'll be learning together as we go. Let's get to 100 and then we'll just stop. Move on to the last two. Oh no! Come on, we gotta get to 100. Oh! Don't quit. There we go. We flipped it. We flipped it. We flipped it. Big Toid. We flipped it, Big Toid. You can't polish a Toid. What movie is that from? Anybody? You can't polish a Toid. How do you like that? Dick Face? Same movie. Counting Man? Same movie. Come on, guys. Christine. Remember the kid that ended up being in back to school later? Yeah. It was Cunningham. I said I was only going to go to 100. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There you have it. There you have it. Count, Big Bird, count. Keep going, keep going. Excellent. Exactly. Oh, plus. That's right, I got the plus, baby. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Cookie Monster. This one goes out to Arcade Kaos. He loves him some Cookie Monster. Am I right? Alright, Chaos. And maybe we should just play game player 1 here first. Now it looks like we have 4 arrow buttons, up, down, left, and right, and then the one in the middle is a cookie. So since it's Cookie Monster Munch, that's probably your munch button. Yeah, as much. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to go off the path here. Whoops. I overshot that path. Well, there's the cookie. Well, I'm not munching at all. Looks like I'm taking it back to the cookie jar. There we go. Okay, so that was easy enough, right? Oh, cookie! Me love cookie! Me love chaos! Oh, that was a special cookie there. Did you see his eyes? That had something in it. Me love cosmic cookie. Cosmic cookie delicious. We need more cookie. Cookie for me and cookie for you. Me like eat cookie from a big barbecue. Eat cookie to eat. So good. Here he comes, ready? Is he gonna get wacky-eyed? Cookie!
Me eat 2 cookie, cause me got 2 cookie. Now me stoned.
Uh-oh, the floor is lava. Is that Addams Family music? Beginning. Can you get them all 3 at the same time?
Good question. You cannot do that. You go back to jar each time.
Elmo loves cookie.
Shut up, Elmo. Final cookie. No timer, so Cookie Monster good. Take my time.
Alright, we'll do one more after this. And then we'll see if there's a more challenging level, which I'm sure there is.
Cookie eat. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum.
Cookie to the cookie jar. Well, these scenes here look pretty good, I think, for Atari 2600 for back then. Now, yeah, the system had been out for quite a while, and actually we're in the middle of the North American game crash here when these are coming out, so, but it could have gone a lot further, I think. Let's try another, see if there's any harder difficulties here. Okay, just bigger mazes. Who the heck is that? Cookie Monster's on the outside and there's a guy here? Well, I'm interested now. I gotta try it. Who the heck is that? Gatekeeper. Why is Cookie locked out? Cookie go to jail finally? They're selling his cosmic cookies? I gotta know. Am I trying to get to these before him? There's a timer. Interesting. Cookie Monster's coming to eat all my shit. That's what it is. That's what it is. I wish I had the instruction manual for this one. See, you can't stop them.
You give me back. You rip Cookie off. You pay for Cookie.
I guess we're just trying to get as many as we can before Cookie Monster gets them all. Or is he coming to beat the shit out of me? I think he's coming to beat the shit out of me. Is he coming to beat the shit out of me? We'll find out. Here he comes. Oh no, I didn't push down.
Me beat shit out of you.
Hey! It's me, Cookie. We'll go grab these ones. And then, we'll see what happens here. We might just let him beat the shit out of us here. Look, he's coming. He's coming. He's mad, buddy. He is mad. Yeah, get out of here. Behind that fence. Yeah, I got the cookie. I got the cookie. We're racing against time. It better not be Cookie Monster eating them at the end of this either, because... Okay, good. At the end, I'm sure he does, once you lose. So that timer's halfway down now. Not halfway down. bet you he does come and eat all the cookies at the end, because I'm sure they didn't make any other cutscenes for this, so. How'd he eat that? How'd you eat that, bitch? You were behind the fence. My overlay almost came off. We're getting serious now. Guess we could use a strategy, have him come all the way over here where there's no cookies. There we go. Give me time to get back to the cookie jar. Yeah, cookie. I'll just grab this one since it's close. Come on, cookie. Come and get it, big boy. That's right. You go all the way over there. You ain't much of a monster. You ain't bad. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. Uh-oh. Ran a little too far. Alright, we're going to have to move on to Ernie here. Just because it's a lot of time, so. Let's let Cookie beat my arse here. Well, maybe not let him. The time might just run out. Okay, Cookie Monster.
C is for cookie, that's good enough for me.
Run away, Cookie Monster. Run away, run away. Run away, run away. Hey, put that cookie down. What are you doing down here? You gotta be precise on this maze or you're not going anywhere. It's just gonna fart on you the whole time. Really need to let him go to the other side of the screen so he doesn't eat all these cookies before I get to the cookie jar. But then he's going to eat that one. See, he gets a free pass to go eat those ones. They really should just clear like middle and one side at a time. I'm going to run out of time. That's what's going to happen. Alright, we're down to seconds here, so let's see if we can't get Cookie Monster over. I think he just stole one. He steals your cookie, right? Clearly they wouldn't have Cookie Monster kick your ass. Come here, Cookie. What are you doing, dude? Gave you every chance in the world. Ran out of time. Ran out of time, Cookie. That's your fault. Overlay fell off. Again, my hand was sticky. So, he's just going to eat all the cookies that I saved from him. It's just him being a greedy ass is what it is. He could have just waited till the cookies were in the cookie jar. I would have got them for him. But he had to keep hopping my fence and eating my cookies and pissing me off, so. Well, he munched that quick. He ain't fooling around now. A lot of cookies for a monster. 19 cookies. Delicious. That's delicious. Okay, we're going to do some Alpha Beam with Ernestine, with Ernie here. I'm going to put the overlay on. And we're going to put the game in. We're going to find out what this is all about. It better not be too complicated. Alphabets and all. Alright, let's get some Alpha Beam with Ernie. Ernie. Ernie and Kermit and Grover back then, they were the ones. That's before you had an Elmo, really. from the 70s. Cookie Monster, later Telly Monster and stuff like that. But this is Alpha Beam, Sesame Street, Atari. Let's see, what are we trying to do here? So I don't know what the heck we're trying to do here. I beamed an A up. I want to beam it down. Okay, so I'm just putting these in place, right? So I'm beaming it. Alright, well that's pretty self-explanatory. I guess we're just spelling the word, which is or it's Fonzie. Ay. Fonzie didn't say hey. I'm sick of people getting that wrong. He didn't say hey, he said ay. Like ay. Bada boom, bada bing, you know what I'm saying? Fonzarelli, he's Italian. Not as Italian as Carmine Ragusa, the big ragu. Okay. I know I come from rags to riches. Okay, now we're at the planet. I bet you Off-Grid loves this one because he likes spaceships and stuff. Well, there's Ernie. It's Ernie. Ernie is so cute. Uh-oh, how do we spell this word? Let's take a B. Let's put that B over here. Let's take the I. I'm just kidding. You thought I was going to spell the B word, didn't you? So this is neat, right? Little kids, preschool age or maybe even before, you could have got them started with something like this. 40 years ago when this came out, and they would have been a lot further along in life than I am at this point. So thanks a lot, Mom and Dad. I'm playing Hero when I should have been playing Ernie's beam ride, beaming with Ernie. Flying donut dildo. Here comes Ernie. He's cute. Here comes Ernie. No Bert, huh? There was no Bert game. I didn't have time to make a Bert game, I guess. I wonder, maybe in 2-player, maybe there's a Bert. I doubt it. Yeah, I seriously doubt it. Let's see. Let's try to get a harder one here, because that's what she said. And they skipped right to D. Interesting. 3. Okay. I gotcha. We just like doing game 5, 6, or 7, right? 6. 7 is 2-player. 9 is a 1-player. Okay. I guess 9 it is. Huh? 9 it is. A, B, C, D. So they mixed them up here, and that's pretty cool. I thought they would do actual words, but wrong age group, I'm thinking. Ernie. Let's see, what happens when you try to put it in the wrong one? Are they like, you're an idiot? Yep. Put them in any order you want. Reminds me of Cosmic Arc. Okay. Our timer runs out. We did good. Where's that Ernie at? Sky rocks in flame. Afternoon delight. Afternoon delight. Sky rockets in flame. Boo! Afternoon delight. Afternoon delight. Boom. E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I'm my ABC. Next time won't you play with me? Or sing with me, whichever version. Okay, so not too much excitement there, but that is Ernie. Alpha Beam with Ernie. And that is it. We'll go to the wrap up. That is the 4 games that actually released. And there were 2 others planned. I know Grover got a prototype, but never made it out. And I don't believe Count's Castle even got a prototype, but I might be wrong. I usually am. So I do have the prototype for Grover music game. Unfortunately, you know, that's the ROM, and I have that ROM on my Retron upstairs, but the kid's controller does not work with the Retron 77, so I couldn't play it. I don't have it on cart. Somebody did make a cart, put the ROM on a cart at some point. I saw it on the internet. I don't know if that's still available. I think that was years and years ago. And I'm not sure that anybody ever made an actual overlay for the thing. But it was one that was a canceled game, so. Probably because of the crash. I'm sure. Alright. Very nice. Very nice. Good job, Ernie. Say bye-bye, Ernie. Say bye-bye. There we were waving Eddie and Brenda goodbye. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bye-bye. So there you have it. That was your Sesame Street games. 4 of them playing there. The kid's controller, the CX23, the button pad, and the spool in the back to wind up your thing there. And it's from your Children's Computer Workshop, from an activity of Children's Television Workshop. So I thought they were pretty fun. The Big Bird one got challenging once you found out where you needed to be or do for higher, you know, levels there. You put it on the higher levels, it got quick and challenging. Ernie was Ernie, you know, it was almost like a Cosmic Arc type thing, beaming up, beaming down, whatever. Cookie Monster. I found it pretty hilarious whenever you set it to the mode where Cookie Monster tries to grab the cookie off you. I thought he was going to like start beating the tar out of me or something. That would have been sweet. But yeah, that was pretty fun, I thought. And then Oscars. You know, you have to jump over the puddle and you do a little bit of math there and everything involved. And fun games, you know, if you have kids our age, you might have grandkids, you know, 50 years old here, don't have grandkids yet, but this is something cool that you can pull out for them and let them play. And a little older kids get a little more jaded. If you introduce this to them later, they're just like, this is garbage, because they have all kinds of other ways to play games on their iPads and their phones. And nothing against that. Any way of gaming is fun. But it's nice to see their reaction from something that came from our generation. Which really, I mean, video gaming did come from our generation. Or our parents that made them first for us. But, you know, as people that are in our 50s or 40s or whatever, we appreciate this stuff and we just want to share it. Share it with the kids. And I think kids really enjoy these games to this day. So pretty neat. I'm glad I finally have them in my collection. Will I play them again? I don't know that I would pull them out specifically for that, although the Big Bird one can be fun up in the higher levels there. It's just a very basic 2-button game. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Are you a fan of Sesame Street or any of these games? Have you ever played any of them? Ever tried them? Did you even know that the CX23 existed, the kid's controller? Big and blue and beautiful, baby. Now, there were some other games that were planned for the thing. I'm not sure that any of them actually came out. But like I said, they are interchangeable with the video touchpad, so Star Raiders, although you won't be able to fit the overlays on there. You know, you can use it for your programming basic with the basic cartridge. But, yeah, a few other prototypes I think were out. I'm not sure if there was anything that actually got hold. I think there was a hide-and-seek type game, or hide-and-peek, or peek-and-seek, or pick your cheek, or something like that, but not really positive. Hopefully the audio came out on this one, because I already shot this before, the intro twice, and now the wrap-up twice. Hopefully this worked out. If not, maybe I'll just go to bed, forget about it for the day. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you join me for another Mr. Poestyle video coming up, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
No, Elmo, please. Please, Elmo. Me sorry for eating your cookie. Shh, cookie. Shh, sleep.
Mr. Poestyle was brought to you by the letter P, O, and E, and Worldwide Bread.